Well, let's try it again. There might be something wrong with this memory card, so we'll try it again. So we're taking a look at the JIUSI WB12 and the ZD Racing BX12. We're going to compare what they are, what you get, all that good jazz. So there's 3 cars on the market right now. There's a rlaarlo X12S, and then these 2 guys. This is the ZD Racing, and they pretty much all 3 companies have the same cars coming out. Whether you're looking at the 110s, the 112s, they have a lot of cars in common. So obviously similar manufacturing process. So we'll talk about what comes with first. So all these are about comparable price range. I'm not going to get into prices because they're all over the place. Some one week one's cheaper than the other and all that, but they're pretty decent cars as a whole. You'll see right off the bat that the JIUSI has these extra protectors on the front, and it has a wing very similar to the Arma Gram, where the BX12 from ZD does not do that. It has pretty much the standard setup similar to rlaarlo. So these both come with 2845s. Let's look and double check the KVs, because the box on the JIUSI says that it's got a 2848. So we'll see if it really actually has them in there. So right here we got 2845. So the box is incorrect on it. It's 2845 with 3600 kV. So they're identical motors, BL motor. And you see that the insides are very, very similar. There's just color differences here. Even the diff cases are gray. All the control arms are a little stiffer. Colors match accordingly. They got the boxes in here. For true in-depth review of the WB, go check out Adam's Playground. He just did a pretty in-depth one. They come with 2 batteries. This is the WB, the JIUSI, it's 2200 35C, and this is pretty much the same, the ZD Racing. Probably all come out of the same warehouses and whatnot. In terms of accessories, the ZD comes with some extras that are pretty neat. They give you front cups and rear cups, which is a lot of these cars, that's the first thing that breaks, so that's nice to see that with the brush. And then the standard USB charger and internal kits and your instructions. Controller, they both use Dumbos, but you see one has the pedestal and one does not. They're both 4 channels. You'll see they kind of took those 2 and made this one. So it's much smaller than the standard old school guy, but it's still pretty much the same. This is my go-to for 90% of my running, so either of these are great because I can bind my Dumbo right to it. They bind just fine because they actually use Dumbo receivers in them. Now the WB comes with a much better charger with Euro stuff, but the internal stuff's pretty much the same, and they don't come with the extra cups that the ZD does. But the one thing that the WB does come with are these extra parts for making sure your bastion isn't so bad. So looks like the front horns are a little different, but the servo itself should be identical. They're not marked, but they're both metal splined. You got your center posts like your Armas. It comes with sway bars and your accoutrements. So it's going to come down to, they both have sticker packs and all that, so they're pretty much identical cars minus the controller and some aesthetics like that. And this is actually come in handy. And the bodies themselves, you see they are different. They have different cuts, so it's going to be a preference thing and a price thing. I think you'll be happy with either one of these. I've run both these on the track. I've had some fun with them. With any luck later on today, Lauren and I will get out with both of these cars and we'll run them on the track. And then I'm going to make one of these a speed runner and one of these a track car, long term. So the one that's going to be a track car is probably going to have a completely different wing. I don't really prefer this wing, but again, that's a preference thing. So you feel like that one versus that one. Now, if you're familiar with the AMX12, the width of this wing is the same as the AMX12. So for whatever that's worth. So it'll come down to what kind of controller you like, what colors you like. Other than that, you're pretty much going to get the same thing. They get the same ESC, same mounts here. This one come out, but I just loosened that. That was my fault. I yanked it, you know, being too broody, you know, whatever that's worth. But overall, these two cars are pretty much spot on identical, minus aesthetics or the minor features. So even the tires are identical, same tread, same size. So they probably all come out of similar warehouses. Either way, you're not going to be disappointed with any of these. They're both great cars. I guarantee you the rlaarlo is just as fun. Probably the same motors, probably the same speed, same kind of setup. Now, the other thing is, you will notice that the ZD doesn't do anything special on the bottom plate. It is a metal chassis. You see I got some scuffs on it, so I have had some time on this. I will do a later review and where the JIUSI, they put some extra time into their undercarriage. Now, I'm into running, so this isn't gonna stay pretty for very long. You know how that goes. So, but we're gonna get these out for speed runs. I'm actually in the process of looking for the right setup to change the power system in this. Both these cars got around 40s right out the box, which is where they want to be. WB says they can go 80, where ZD says they can go 70 kilometers per hour. So they're not quite right, but you know how that is. These guys are never 100% right. Depends. They come with extra pinions, so I don't know. Maybe there's a setup change that you need to do to make it hit those numbers. But they did hit 39.7. I think this was 39.7, and this was 35 or so. But I want to say that's more my fault because when they come in from the warehouse, they set the dual rate to 75%. So right out the box, they don't give you full power. So, and I don't think I realized that until you know, after I was playing with it for a while. Now I do love Dumbos, so this is a win-win for me. These are just extra controllers to use on any of my devices, all my cars that we run. So overall, I just love both these cars, and they remind me of the old school WLs, the 124s and whatnot, but on steroids. So the 124008 has similar diffs, but because it's got the metal pan, it's more like your 124017 or your 19, you know. So it's kind of like that's both worlds, and then you throw some armor in there. So the work that went into these is fabulous. They did a great job on it. Either one you'll be happy with. The shocks are a little different. These are more like your rlaarlos, where these are more like your WLs. They're slightly, I'm gonna get a caliper on just to make sure, but from the look of it, they just look a little wider. Now I've had both on a lot of different 112s, because you know that's my thing, is 112s for the track. You might see I did some work. Squirrel, I did some work on the animal fence, so we got some new fences on. Anyways, so yeah, I think you'd be okay either way. So it's gonna come down to preferences. You like this, you like that, you like the extra armor, you like the wings, you like that wing. You get into those preferences. You don't get much different in the packages. The ZD does give you some extra spares that you don't get with JIUSI, but JIUSI gives you more armor. So you give and take. Either car will do you right. I guarantee you, you'll get this car and you'll have fun with it. Especially at the price point they're selling that lately. So I'll have a link for both of these in the description below. Take a look at them, see what you like, see what you don't like. And yeah, this is just a quick one. Just want to kind of, seeing I got both now and I've had a little time on both, I wanted to give you guys a quick look. So, and hopefully later tonight or tomorrow, Lauren and I will get these out for head-to-head, and we'll have some fun with it. So yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
Stay tuned for more, just getting started. Every guy you'll feel worried. Everything you feel the right place. Right this way, you know you try. Doing some nuts, a little taste by the light. It's great, we'll on your side. On the night said I was right. hell I can pay. Right place was Kansas 7, winning my long game members. Right place, sucker, had his Panthers in.